Hey, good afternoon, my veterinary healthcare associate peeps. This is Dr. Lauren Nations, obviously. I wanted to give you an update and touch base with you guys as to some of the things that have been going on at veterinary healthcare associates, both from leadership standpoint, management, business, client satisfaction, kind of all that stuff, and make sure that you guys are aware of what we're doing. So first thing that I wanted to say is that I appreciate everything extremely hard and dedicated work. You know, our practice is a crazy shit show sometimes. Quite honestly, that's the way the day rolls. And we got to understand that when we show up, sometimes it's going to be a little bit more quiet. Other times we are just going to get splattered physically, mentally, emotionally with shit. I actually have a day when the dog blew shit all over me. And if you ask Sarah or some of the other team members, they've actually got videos of that. They thought it was quite enjoyable. No. Anyhow, with that being said, I just want you to be super exceeding expectations. And as difficult as it may seem, you guys are rock stars. Like nobody else is doing this. And in our veterinary community, like we're the top of the pile. They can go to Blue Pearl, they can go to us, they can go to Dr. Parrott. The question, who's the best? Anyhow, so I want to give you a little bit of information and some stuff that we're doing in the very near future. One of the things that we've got put together is that we do have a quarterly clinic-wide meeting. So that is going to be March 20th. It's going to be a mandatory meeting. So you guys try and make sure that you have arrangements set up. We're not doing it early in the morning. We're going to do it from 11 until 2 p.m. And we will have food. We will have an update that I'm going to give you as far as the clinic. Actually, the leadership team has given me the full 3 hours to speak. So you guys will get all sorts of information over 3 hours. It won't be 3 hours. I'll give you a little bit of an update. We'll talk about some really cool stuff that we're doing with the hospital. I will show you guys the blueprints for the new facility, kind of what we've got going on. It's time to really reflect, see where we are, where we're going. It's going to be really inspirational, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy some of the momentum that we're going to be carrying into this next year. So mark your calendars, March 20th, 11 to 2. Lunch will be included. Get with Manya, get with the leadership team. They'll give you more information on that. The other thing that I'm very excited about is that one of the initiatives that we started from last year was training for everybody in the facility. And that's something that I think is really helpful for you guys to feel like you're doing a good job. And so we put together a training team that's going to be headed by Amanda Meeks. So Amanda is going to be in charge of that. She's going to be working in different areas of the hospital. We also have Candace, who is in general practice. She's a little specialty in anesthesia. She's going to be helping everybody elevate their game. Vanessa, who is our own surgery kind of tech, she's got incredible skills as well. And so we're going to utilize her in that capacity. She's going to be floating and rotating through. I want you guys to understand that the reason why they're coming into your individual areas is to help. These are my people. These are the people that I am relying on for us being able to learn and elevate our game. This is so important as we move forward. And for everybody that's in that realm, you guys are going to really experience what it really looks like to provide exceptional service. So please be open to the experience. Like all we want to do is become better. If we're not growing, then we're dying. And that's not the way that VHA rolls. So please be open, embrace them. They are so passionate about making VHA better, and they want to make you better and make it more enjoyable for everybody, and ultimately to improve the client and the patient experience. So please, let's pay attention. Let's just do our job. Let's enjoy the fact that we've got a great team that all they're going to do is try and make us all better. So that's what we've got going on with our team training team. So I'm super excited about that. They are very, very passionate and capable in what we're going to roll out. The last thing that I want to kind of talk about is a little bit more esoteric, or it's about our practice and what we want to do. You know, one of our core values is compassion. Compassion is a really, really complex emotional subject. I'm going to break it down a little bit. I want to start with empathy, because I think we look at what we want to do. Part of the difficulty in our profession is compassion fatigue. Well, compassion fatigue occurs at the end stage of us giving everything of ourselves. Empathy is very, very important because it's kind of the first component of where we're going. So empathy, I'm going to give you a definition of empathy. And empathy really is the ability to understand and just to share feelings of another. So it's the ability to literally put yourself in their shoes. So how does that play into what we do in our capacity moving forward? So if you're a client service, person listening to the phone and talking to one of the clients on the phone, it's kind of like, well, what are they thinking about? They've got a dog that's very, very, they've got a medical emergency or whatever. So if we feel and understand their empathy, we're going to try and figure out how we can help them. As that client comes into the room and we're a technician, or it may just be even they're calling in and they're like, look, oh my gosh, my dog's in ICU and I just wanted to know, like, I'm really, really anxious and don't know what's going on, instead of saying, well, the doctors are extremely busy and they'll give you a call back in the next 4 to 6 hours. It's not empathetic. It's not understanding their feelings. If you were sitting on the other side of the phone calling in wanting to know, it's like, oh my gosh, like your dog is, if she's doing okay, like she's comfortable. Like I don't have a doctor's update with you, but she's comfortable. She's eaten a little bit of food or whatever. It's an empathetic being able to put yourself in the other person's shoes. So I feel like that's the first step for us as we start working on our client communications and the experience. I know you guys are all there. The problem is that when we get stressed, that is one of the first we tend to lose. And guess what? When we lose that, that's when it becomes all about the money. So when a client does not feel even a basic sense of empathy and a feeling of connection and understanding with them, it's all about relationships. All of a sudden, it's all about the money. It's very, very easy to go in that direction. So what I want you guys to know and understand as I sit here in front of the gardenia bush, the gardenia bush is my feeling of empathy and compassion. So gardenias are very special and they're an incredible flower. If you get a gardenia, then that means that I feel like you have gone above and beyond. You're empathetic. We'll talk about compassion. I know you all have compassion, but please understand that for us to get better, we have to have empathy. You need to feel that. You guys all feel that. It's easy to get sucked into the vortex. Vortex is not good. We're not there for the vortex. I'll leave you with one final thought. So I went in today. You guys may or may not know about Tebow. Tebow is a big, huge, 150-pound, quote, mastiff, Roddy, lab, whatever the heck he is. He's just a big lug. Clients are very, very upset and they love him. They've got some daughters and they're already committed to $5,000 or more in his treatment. He's not doing well. Went in and talked to him, told them that we were working as hard as we could. The entire team has been on board. It's just empathy, it's compassion and understanding. They know that he's not out of the woods. Dr. Takis, our entire ICU team, everybody that has touched him is making an incredible impact. He's doing better. I think he's going to go home tomorrow. I'm going to work the emergency shift tomorrow. Part of the reason for that is that I want to make sure that we have a standard of care that we're all comfortable with. I'm not going to compromise anymore. And we're going to kind of work forward, however that looks, to make sure that we're providing the services that we all want to provide. Maybe a slow kind of progression. That's the direction that we're going. You guys are an incredible team. We have an incredible mission. I'm going to share some of that mission and the vision with you guys on March 20th. I hope you've stayed and listened to this entire video. I don't know how long it is. I know it's probably longer than it should be. So I love you. I care for all of you. I admire you, and I want to take care of you. All right. We'll get them. I'll give you an update later. Thank you. Have a great weekend.